Y'all, it's your girl, the real deal, Anita Gill. Like, share, and subscribe. Yes. Shout out to all. Happy birthday to all the Pisces. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yes. Yeah, we want to get into this presentation today, because I got some things to show y'all, get prompt, it was 5 people, y'all. One didn't cross over because she ain't have no ID. Come on now. Somebody didn't know they were going to Mexico, didn't they? Something ain't right about this trip, y'all. Something ain't right about this trip. Ain't nothing y'all can tell the real deal and Anita Gill. Something ain't right about this trip. Now, how you gonna travel without no ID? The 5th person didn't have ID, y'all. Somebody knew that they was on their way over there. I don't care what they say, it's something about this trip. Now, the 5th person didn't cross over. The 5th person did not cross over, y'all. The 5th person didn't cross over. And we're going to hear from her. Something ain't right, y'all. Something ain't right about this trip now. Ain't none of y'all can tell me. I ain't feeling sorry for nobody. Something ain't right about this trip.
A lot has changed in the last few years.
This is the other friend, y'all. The other friend claims
I love my life.
she didn't go over there with them.
Your world will not survive me. That hurt.
She didn't go over there. She didn't cross over because she didn't have no ID. Come on now.
Lightning.
God ain't gonna tell me something right.
For joining us, I'm so sorry it's under these circumstances. How are you doing right now?
It's hard. I'm trying.
Hold up, y'all.
It's a lot to process.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up for a minute. Hold up. I got to hear that whole time.
About that your friends
I want to hear her.
Were missing or hadn't made it back. Let's just start by telling us about
Hold up. I don't know why I want. Okay. I got to hear her, y'all. Why it's not unmute? I don't know. You got to unmute, honey. This is the other friend that did not cross the border. And what she look like to y'all? She didn't cross the border with them, y'all. Come on now. Trying to claim she ain't have no ID. Look at her now. Look at her. Y'all stop feeling sorry for people. Homegirl said she ain't have no ID, y'all. That's why she ain't go with them. Somebody didn't know about this trip. Somebody knew somebody had some money. There's so much scheming going on, it don't make no sense. Y'all know when I come in here, I'm about to come in here with the real deal. This is y'all 5th person.
Cheryl, thank you so much for joining us. I'm so sorry it's under these circumstances. How are you now?
Hard. I'm trying one day at a time. It's a lot to process.
So you were the first to actually alert authorities in Brownsville about that your friends were missing or hadn't made it back. Can you let's just start by telling us about why you and your friends were planning to go to Mexico.
Latavia is my best friend. She hit me up and asked me to join her, to accompany her in a trip to Brownsville, Texas for cosmetic surgery. And we began the road trip. We left Thursday, traveled to Texas. Once I got there, I was then informed that her procedure was being done across the border. In that event, we were just arriving in Brownsville, Texas at 2:06, and I didn't have proper identification, so I couldn't join her to go across to the border, which left me back at the hotel.
So because you didn't know you didn't know you'd be going out of the country, you didn't know you'd be going to Mexico, you didn't bring ID with you. Did you travel with her and the others to Brownsville, or did you meet them there?
No, we all traveled together. It was a road trip.
Something ain't right about this trip, y'all. Something ain't right about this trip. She didn't have the proper ID. Something ain't right about this trip. Let me move this out the way. What is this right here? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to see what's going on.
You didn't know you'd be going out of the country. You didn't know you'd be going to Mexico. You didn't bring ID with you. Did you travel with her and the other to Brownsville, or did you meet them there?
No, we all traveled together. It was a trip.
Did you have any idea?
Wait a minute. Hold up. They ain't gonna tell the truth, y'all. I'm telling y'all, they not gonna tell y'all the truth about this trip. Now, the wife didn't know her husband was taking a road trip. She said they were taking a road trip. And she left her proper ID. Somebody didn't know they was going to Mexico. Y'all can't tell me this. Something ain't right.
Out down in Matamoros, or what it was like across the border? Or did Latavia?
No, not at all. Not to my knowledge. I'm assuming that she didn't know because I know her lady. She's not going to travel to danger.
Did you actually try to cross the border with them and were turned away, or did you just realize before even trying that you didn't have ID?
Hold up, y'all. Hold up. I know she ain't just said what I thought she said. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I know this girl ain't just said what I thought she said. Hold on. I'm just trying to make sure I ain't hear what I said. I heard her say. Now, her friend gonna cross the border. She don't act like her friend knew she was going to Mexico. Because if her friend was going to Mexico, she would have known and she would have had her proper ID. But she didn't know she was going to Mexico. Something ain't right, y'all. Something ain't right about this trip. I don't know why they playing.
Cheryl, thank you so much for joining us. I'm so sorry it's under these circumstances. How are you doing right now?
It's hard. I'm trying one day at a time. It's a lot to process.
So you were the first to actually alert authorities in Brownsville about that your friends were missing or hadn't made it back. Let's just start by telling us about why you and your friends were planning to go to Mexico.
Latavia is my best friend. She hit me up and asked me to join her in a trip to Brownsville, Texas for cosmetic surgery. And we began the road trip. We left out on Thursday, and traveled to Texas. Once I got there, I was then informed that her procedure was being done across the border. In that event, we were just arriving in Brownsville, Texas at Studio 6, and I didn't have proper identification, so I couldn't join her to go across to the border, which left me back to hotel.
So because you didn't know you didn't know you'd be going out of the country, you didn't know you'd be going to Mexico, you didn't have the ID with you. Did you travel with her and the others to Brownsville, or did you meet them there?
No, we all traveled together.
So did you have any idea about threats down in Matamoros, what it was like across the border? Or did Latavia?
No, sir, not at all. Not to my knowledge. I'm assuming that she didn't know because I know her lady. She's not going to travel to danger.
She ain't talking.
Did you actually try to cross the border with them along the way, or did you just realize before they didn't have ID?
No, she told me that when I told her I didn't have my ID with me, they dropped me at the hotel and said that they would return in 15 minutes. That's why I was so worried and in fear because it didn't seem right. 15 minutes had gone by, they were not there.
So how long did you wait after 15 minutes? I mean, that must have been agonizing.
When they dropped me off, at the hotel, I had gotten into the shower. I showered and I laid on the bed. I think I was exhausted from, the long hours, the long ride. So I ended up falling asleep. I woke up and it was already 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So from 9 to 5, I went down to the office, the clerk in the hotel, and I asked him, had my friends come back or attempted to, come in and out the hotel, come back to the hotel. And he told me no. So I called my boyfriend, I called Tay's brother, and I said, something's not right. And I texted my roommate. I said, right, 9 o'clock got here, 2 o'clock got here midnight. And then now we're into Saturday morning at 10:23. It's literally a few minutes before checkout. I'm like, there's no way. I called the cops immediately.
And you had their luggage, you had their things. Is that right?
I had 3 of the 3 male victims' belongings. I retrieved it after it became 11 o'clock.
At what point did you learn about what had actually happened? When did you see the video?
They sent it to me, I think, it had to be between Saturday night and Sunday morning, the wee hours.
What did you think when you saw it? I mean,
I dropped the phone. My body clenched up. I dropped the phone. My stomach was in knots. And I just began praying. For the return of them. I didn't know much about the cartels, and I started looking up videos, and it was bad. It was bad. I began to think the worst, and just thank God for her daughter, her 18-year-old daughter, Tay's daughter. She held me together. She made me the faith.
Have you talked to her since? How have you been able to talk to Latavia? Have you talked to her daughter? How is she doing?
Yeah, I heard her daughter speak. And yes, I have spoken to Tay. It hit me at ease a little bit. It was music to my ears to hear her voice.
What do you want to know about Latavia and the others, about your friends?
I want the world to leave us alone and stop being mean. I want her because everyone has a past. What happened to her wasn't right. She didn't deserve it. She's a beautiful person. When I spoke to Latavia yesterday, she said, thank you. She told me thank you. And she was worried about her. This lady was facing death damn near. And she said, I'm worried about you.
She said she was worried
I
about
love
you.
her. She's the best. Right?
Come on, talk. What happened?
Cheryl, I'm so sorry for what you and your friends have gone through, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, and I wish you the best. I hope you get to see her soon.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Some ain't right, y'all. Some ain't right. Some ain't right. Some ain't right. Something right in this case.
Things, not just
Some ain't
structures.
right, y'all. Some ain't right about this trip on y'all say. Something ain't right about this trip. How you want your friend to stick by you and she ain't got the proper ID to go where she need to go? Y'all, something ain't right about this. Some ain't right, and she ain't telling it all. The girl can be a very nice person, but we don't know what's going on. Some ain't right about this, y'all. Some ain't right about this case. Some ain't right about this case. I ain't gonna try to figure it out either. I'm not gonna try to figure it out. Cause friends stick together. That's all I got to say. I ain't got time for this. But whoo, chat. Something ain't right. Something ain't right about this case. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Two guys' life, was taken behind all this.
Are now back in the U.S. CBS News is learning authorities in Mexico are still investigating what led up to the
Can't get it.
ordeal, including the exact purpose of the group's visit there. Here's CBS's Omar Villafranca.
The bodies of Shaeed Woodard and Zindell Brown are back on American soil today, while Latavia McGee and Eric Williams are still recovering in a Brownsville, Texas hospital. Family members say they were traveling from South Carolina to Mexico for a cosmetic surgery for McGee. Tonight, we're learning new details about that trip in a police report filed by a fifth person who traveled with the group but stayed on the U.S. side. Cheryl Orange told Brownsville police she last saw her friends Friday morning leaving a Motel 6. She didn't travel to Mexico.
They got Cheryl stated that she last saw Latavia and her brothers Friday at 8 o'clock, leaving the motel. She stated that they were all headed to Matamoros, okay? Tamaulipas. She further stated that she did not know through which port of entry they crossed and did not have any information on the doctor's office that Latavia was headed to. She stated that she has not heard from them since. She tried calling their cell phone, but they sound turned off. Cheryl stated that she would not be surprised her friends got arrested because they are known to party and use narcotics. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. I knew narcotics was in this. Yeah, okay. I contacted Carizela's Rucker Detention Center to check for said subject to no available. Oh, so she knew somebody over there. Cheryl stated that the only reason she did not cross into Mexico was because she did not have her ID with her. She further stated that there was another male subject in company of her friends, but did not have any information. What? What? Hold on, y'all. It was another male with them, y'all. Something ain't right about this thing. Something ain't right. Somebody ain't telling it all. Somebody ain't telling it all, Cheryl. If you're going to tell it, gotta tell it all. Cheryl stated that the only reason she did not cross into Mexico was because she did not have her ID. But then you know you were going to go to Mexico with her. If she knew she was going to, come on, y'all, something ain't right about her. Now, I ain't about to feel sorry for pretty faces because something ain't right about this thing. She knew her friend was going to go across the border. What proper ID did she need? Latavia knew that she needed proper ID because she said that she crossed over there before. And this young lady looked like a Mexican, allegedly. Sheriff stated that the only reason she did not cross into Mexico because she didn't have the proper ID with her. She further stated that there was another male subject in company of her friends. So that's make number 6. It's another dude with them, but did not have any information on him. Yeah, what's going on? Sheriff stated that Latavia is 5'6", 220 pounds, has black hair, but currently has it dyed blonde, has brown eyes, is dark complected, and was last seen wearing a green dress and dark gray pants. She stated that Shay is 5'9", 107 pounds, has long hair, dreads, and was last seen wearing a blue shirt and blue pants.
With the group because she didn't have the proper ID. When the group didn't return and didn't answer repeated calls, she went to police. The 4 were found in a wooden shed on Tuesday outside of Matamoros, Mexico, after they were attacked and kidnapped in the Mexican border town last week by suspected members of the Gulf Cartel. One suspect has already been arrested. Eric Williams' wife said he had another surgery on his leg and he is recovering at this hospital. The bodies of the other 2 victims are now at a Brownsville funeral home. JB?
Omar, thank you.
Y'all, I'm not going to hold y'all long, but I'm about to tell y'all right now in your faces that this situation don't sound right. The young lady said she didn't know she was going to Mexico. She didn't know she was going to Mexico. So she didn't take her proper ID, but her friend asked her to come support her. Something ain't right about this thing. Something ain't right, y'all. Something ain't right. She said that another dude was traveling with them, but she don't have no information on him. Somebody got set up.